Howard Bragman, and thanks for joining us on Gwissues. Today, I use the word legendary a lot, but I don't know any other word to use for my friend, the legendary Olympic diver, mentor, Greg Louganis. Thanks for joining us, Greg.
My pleasure. It's great to be here.
Well, it's good to have you. You've had, when you look at your life, it's been a bit of a roller coaster, hasn't it? You've had high points, low points. Do you wish it was more evened out, or are you okay with the way it went? It's going.
No. I mean, it's like really high highs and pretty low lows. So, but you know what? The low lows are wonderful gems as far as I'm concerned to learning, having learning tools and also be able to empathize. So it's all good. You got to take the good with the bad, and I wouldn't trade anything.
I do know a lot of people, particularly former athletes, who, when you look at the sponsorships you've lost, the health issues you face, some of the indignities that you frankly had to face on a personal level, that would be really bitter. How do you manage to stay up? No, seriously, it's
you know what? If I hung on to that bitterness, I mean, what I'd be doing is giving my power over to those individuals. So once I came to that conclusion, it's like, I'm not going to give my power over to, people who don't deserve it. So I like to, use my power and energy into things that are positive and support. So yeah, I don't put a lot of energy into the negative things that have happened. I use those negative things though as learning tools, and also able to to help other people. Because I don't really look at myself as a survivor or a victim or a survivor. It's just events that happened. And so once I get beyond that, they were just events, and they were, learning tools for me to learn and grow.
When you look back, what year did you become HIV positive? It was right before the 84
88 Olympic Games, right?
Sorry.
Well, I don't know when I became HIV positive, but that's when I was diagnosed. I was diagnosed about 6 months prior to the 1988 Olympic Games. And we've come so far, with regards to HIV, because had anybody known my HIV status in '88, I never would have been able to go to Seoul, Korea, because they wouldn't have allowed me into the country. So we've come a long way since then, but we still have a long way to go. Also, treatment is totally different than what it was during.
Yeah, I've read you talked
during
about
my day.
You've talked about taking AZT every 4 hours in the old days. Yeah. AZT, while it had some efficacy, was a very tough drug on the body, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it was. I didn't realize how toxic that AZT was. But once I came out about my HIV status in '95 with my first book, Breaking the Surface, my co-author Eric Marcus, he said, "You'll never know what an accomplishment 2 Olympic gold medals on AZT actually is." So since then, I've been able to have a better comprehension of what I went through.
So you're really multidimensional. You spend a lot of time in the pool. You spend a lot of time mentoring, speaking to college students, doing empowering things. I know you've worked on your sobriety. It's quite a full plate you have, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, it's amazing. I mean, and that's one thing that we talk about in AA is being in service, and how I can be in service. Because when you're in service, then you're not obsessing about yourself. You're not feeling sorry for yourself. You're just out there doing and trying to make the world a better place.
Here we are, almost 20 years after you wrote your book and you came out as HIV positive, and you're going to be on an ABC network family show on diving. Is that shocking to you that we've come this far?
It is so amazing. I mean, who knew? Who knew that they would have some type of celebrity reality show centered around diving. It's great for the sport of diving because generally you only see diving once every 4 years, and now we're going to be seeing celebrities trying some interesting things off the platforms, and and also it's also going to be an opportunity because it's not just about the celebrities and their journey, because each one of the celebrities, it's their own journey. I mean, because we have Louis Anderson, he has his own journey. I mean, trying to get him healthy, learning about working out, learning about eating right, getting healthy and fit, to be able to dive. And then Chewy, who almost drowned when he was a kid, and so he was terrified of the water. So, I mean, I had some exercises for Chewy, getting change off the bottom of the pool in the shallow end, and then doing dolphin rides with them, trying to share the joy and love that I have with being under the water. So it's been a great process, and also the show's going to highlight a lot of our Olympic hopefuls, our youth divers, as well as synchronized swimming. Synchronized swimming and diving are kind of the ugly stepchildren of swimming, of the aquatic sports. So it's great to be able to highlight.
Nobody's ever thought of you as ugly or as I'll tell you, as a gay man, when they started putting the long bathing suits on the swimmer, we love diving again. So don't think yourself. But yeah, this show Splash really features a lot of people that are not typically what you would think of standing up and looking graceful on a diving board, are they?
Correct. Yeah, I mean and it's not really. It's almost like diving becomes a metaphor for life. And taking that leap of faith and trust, and also, that these guys are not out there by themselves and alone. They have, they have us, supporting them, and families and friends, and and it's their journey. It's not so much. It's not so much about, you're not going to see Olympic diving from them, but we're training them and teaching them to have more confidence, pushing them, hopefully pushing them beyond limits that they thought possible.
And what's your role in the show?
Well, my role in the show is dive master. So it's great. I have the opportunity to work with each one of the celebrities and share in that journey with them. Share some insight and imagination into what types of training they could be doing, to improve themselves. And being their champions on the sidelines.
And this is on ABC, and I think it follows Dancing with the Stars. Is that the way it works?
I think we're right before Dancing with the Stars. I think we're going to air, and then Dancing is after us.
Now, are you 1 or 2 nights a week?
We're 1 night a week.
Okay.
Tuesday night, 8 o'clock.
Perfect. Tuesday, 8 o'clock. Check your local listings. Watch Greg Louganis as the dive master on Splash, which is an extraordinary show. And I've seen some of the clips so far and some of the people. And Greg, you continue to be a survivor, a mentor, and an inspiration to many. And I on behalf of myself and our community, thank you for continuing to stand up, continuing to be proud, continuing to show that you can get knocked down and get back up and get to a better place. So thanks for that. Keep watching Gwist. Watch the show Gwissues. Watch our old episodes, and feel free to subscribe. Thanks, Greg. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you. Thanks.